Welcome to Meghan and Harry Tales channel. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and show some love to Harry and Meghan. I am your host, Kelly. Today we dive deep into a tale that has both puzzled and captivated those who follow the British royal family. Recently, a peculiar report surfaced in the Mirror, discussing King Charles's newfound zeal to be an active part of his grandchildren, Prince Archie and Princess Lily's lives. According to a source quoted in the article, King Charles is reportedly not satisfied with merely seeing his grandchildren through the occasional video call. This statement alone paints a rather somber picture of a grandfather yearning for a closer bond. This source emphasized that King Charles would never be content with just seeing his grandchildren on the odd video call. This paints a portrait of a grandfather who desires more than just fleeting digital interactions. It suggests a longing for a tangible, meaningful connection with his grandchildren, which goes beyond the impersonal nature of technology. Adding to this narrative, Ingrid Seward, a royal commentator, was quoted trying to bolster the image of Charles as a doting grandfather. She stated, "He does not want a FaceTime relationship with his son's children. He wants to know them and be involved in their lives while they are still young enough to be able to learn from his wisdom." This statement aims to showcase a side of Charles that is deeply invested in the upbringing and personal development of his grandchildren. However, despite these declarations, a cloud of skepticism hangs over these claims. The actions of King Charles over the past 2 years have painted a different picture, one of apparent disinterest and detachment from the Sussex family. The narrative being pushed by the palace contradicts the reality observed by the public and media alike, leading to a significant trust gap. So it appears that Charles is not content with just a virtual relationship with his grandchildren. This unfolding story beckons us to question what lies beneath these royal declarations and what might the future hold for these familial ties. But actions speak louder than words, don't they? This old adage rings particularly true when we examine the past 2 years in the life of King Charles and his relationship with Prince Harry, Meghan and their children, Archie and Lily. While public statements from the palace have often painted a picture of a grandfather eager to be involved in his grandchildren's lives, King Charles's actual decisions and actions seem to sketch a markedly different scenario. It's a tale of contradictions that raises eyebrows and questions about the true nature of his intentions. Consider this. Despite expressing a desire to have a close relationship with Archie and Lily, the actions taken under King Charles's administration tell a different story. One of the most glaring examples is the decision regarding the Sussex's residence at Frogmore Cottage. The eviction from this home came at a time when reconciliations between Harry and the royal family appeared possible, yet this move arguably widened the rift. Moreover, the frequency and manner of King Charles's interactions with his grandchildren also add layers to this complex narrative. Reports suggest that face-to-face meetings and even video calls have been sporadic at best. This infrequency does little to support claims of a grandfather keen on building strong familial bonds. Instead, it paints a portrait of disconnection, perhaps driven by deeper undercurrents within the royal family dynamics. Furthermore, the timing of these actions and statements often aligns curiously with public relations needs rather than genuine familial interest. Announcements of Charles's desire to be involved in his grandchildren's lives often surface amid public scrutiny of the royal family's internal conflicts, suggesting a possible use of his relationship with the younger Sussexes as a tool for image management. As we peel back the layers of public statements versus actual actions, the narrative becomes increasingly complex. King Charles's actions seem to tell a different story, one that suggests a chasm between his publicly professed desires and the reality of his engagements with his family. This contradiction invites us to question not just the sincerity, but the very nature of royal family relationships in the modern age. Let's delve deeper into the turning point of this royal saga, the Frogmore eviction. The Frogmore Cottage eviction is not just a moment in time, but a symbol of deeper complexities within the royal family. This historic residence, once a tranquil haven for Prince Harry and Meghan, became the epicenter of a very public rupture. Historically, Frogmore Cottage was bestowed upon Harry and Meghan by Queen Elizabeth II as a wedding gift, a gesture that symbolized welcome and acceptance into the royal fold. However, the winds of change began to stir with the couple's decision to step back from senior royal duties and move abroad. It was not just a physical move, but a significant shift in their roles and relationships within the royal family. The eviction notice came as a shock to many, especially considering King Charles's public expressions of desire to maintain a close relationship with his grandchildren Archie and Lily. This move raised eyebrows and questions about the sincerity of those expressed wishes. If the king truly yearned for closeness with his grandchildren, why withdraw the very home that anchored them to the UK? This action by King Charles could be seen as a strategic move, reflecting the ongoing tension between maintaining royal protocol and addressing personal family dynamics. The eviction underscored a message. The boundaries of royal engagement are tightly controlled, and even family members are not exempt from its reach. Moreover, this eviction didn't just alter the living arrangements, it symbolized a broader exclusion from the royal sanctuary. For Harry and Meghan, it was a clear sign that their new path would be physically and symbolically outside the traditional royal boundaries. The implications of this are profound. It challenges the public's perception of the royal family's unity and raises questions about the balance between personal autonomy and royal expectations. The Frogmore eviction was indeed a game-changer. It marked a pivotal moment where personal decisions collided with royal expectations, reshaping relationships and redefining boundaries within Britain's oldest institution. As the dust settles, we see a new reality unfolding. The royal family's dynamics are always under scrutiny, and recent developments have brought a sharp focus on the strained relationship between Prince Harry and King Charles. In the latest chapter of this ongoing saga, Prince Harry made a pointed decision during his visit to the UK. Despite being in close proximity to the royal residence, Harry chose not to meet with King Charles. The official reason given was the King's full programme, a phrase that barely masks the underlying tensions. This decision is not merely about conflicting schedules, it is a profound statement. Prince Harry, once entangled in the expectations and formalities of royal life, is no longer willing to adhere to the unspoken rules of engagement that dictate the royal family's interactions. His refusal to meet with his father speaks volumes about his current stance on royal family dynamics and his personal boundaries. This shift is significant. It indicates a move from passive participation in royal duties and expectations to an active assertion of independence. In previous years, such decisions by Harry might have been unthinkable, a breach of protocol too severe to contemplate. However, the landscape has changed. The eviction from Frogmore Cottage was a clear signal from the monarchy, one that could not be ignored. It was a demarcation of territory, both physical and metaphorical, and it appears to have been a catalyst for change in Harry's approach to his familial relations. Now, as we observe these unfolding events, it's clear that the old games of subtle moves and quiet negotiations are over. Prince Harry's actions are louder, bolder, and unyielding. They reflect a man who is defining his path on his own terms, no longer willing to play a part in a narrative that does not resonate with his personal values and vision for his family's future. Harry has clearly decided to stop playing Charles's games. As we conclude, let's ponder upon the question we started with. Throughout our discussion today, we've delved into the perplexing actions and statements surrounding King Charles's relationship with his grandchildren, Prince Archie and Princess Lily. The narrative spun by the palace and certain media outlets paints a picture of a grandfather eager to be involved in the lives of his youngest family members. Yet actions speak louder than words. The eviction of Prince Harry and Meghan from Frogmore Cottage starkly contradicts the public statements about familial bonds and desires for closeness. If the intention truly is to foster a warm relationship with his grandchildren, one might wonder why King Charles would make decisions that seemingly push his own son and his family further away. This eviction doesn't just represent a physical distance. It symbolizes a deeper, more poignant estrangement. Reflecting on this, it becomes clear that there's a sharp dissonance between the public declarations and the private decisions. The narrative of a doting grandfather does not align with the actions that speak of exclusion and separation. This discord raises questions about the true priorities and the underlying dynamics within the royal family. Moreover, the responses from the public and the press indicate a growing skepticism toward the royal narrative. The eviction, coupled with Prince Harry's evident decision to step away from royal engagements, suggests a rift that goes beyond mere scheduling conflicts. It's a significant shift in the traditional royal family dynamics, pointing to deeper issues of trust and support. In wrapping up, the story of King Charles and his grandchildren is more than just a family dispute. It's a reflection of how personal actions can overshadow public personas. It challenges us to think about the complexities of family relationships, especially under the intense scrutiny and unique pressures faced by those in the public eye. Thank you everyone for watching the video. Show some love by subscribing and sharing the video. Remember to leave a comment. Thank you. I'm your loyal host, Kelly.